everybody, and welcome to another Sawyer Family review on the brand new DuckTales toys. This is super exciting. I've wanted DuckTales toys since I was a little kid, and yes, these are based on the reboot, but they're still DuckTales figures. I had no idea these were happening until this week. A friend of mine, Joe Amaro, posted on his Instagram a picture he had of the Scrooge figure and the Huey, Dewey, and Louie with a money bin, and I thought he had done customs. And he said, no, this is a brand new line, and they're hitting right now, like out of nowhere. He also hadn't heard about them until earlier that week. But he went to Target and found them, and then I went to Target and found them, and I'll have more about how he purchased them when we get to the couch. But here they are. This is the entire range of everything from the actual figure line. Sorry about my camera there. There's also a pack of like PVC figurines, which may be what is supposed to go in this money bin, because that's what they show in the packaging. But this is the whole figure line. They are only at Target right now, as far as I can tell. They're made by this company, PhatMojo, which is, I've never heard of the company either. I've seen these PM on the pictures, and I thought maybe it was Playing Mantis or something like that. But it's PhatMojo, P-H-A-T Mojo. So, for the initial line, there are 4 $9 single card figures, and that is, oh, sorry, Launchpad. Hey, Launchpad crashed. That makes sense. So there's Launchpad McQuack, and it looks like he comes with a wrench and a pair of binoculars. There's the back of the packaging showing all 6 carded releases. You've got the DuckTales logo and then some art on the back. These look like CGI renders on the back of the package, which may be how these were sculpted in 3D modeling. So there we've got Launchpad McQuack with his gear. Put that over there. And then we've got another $9 release, which is Scrooge Mcduck. It looks like he comes with the golden idol and his cane. I'm just going to start putting them like this. I'll put Launchpad back in a second. Flintheart Glomgold, the main bad guy of DuckTales, that comes with a diamond and also like a walking stick cane type of deal. Then the last $9 release is Donald Duck, and he comes with a camera and what looks like either an iPod or an iPhone, an iPad, something like that. I'm going to have to move some of these, though, to get to the playsets, I guess. Then there is the 2 packs, and these, I believe, were $12.99 each. And that's how you're going to get Huey and Dewey, and then Webby and Louie. So you get 2 of the smaller figures together in these packs. This is a great way to split them up, too. Instead of just doing $9 small figures, doing 2 packs at $13 is really cool. So Huey and Dewey come with, looks like a little like scythe. I don't know what that weapon is called. A bag of something. I don't know if it's marbles or coins or what. And then he's got his... like a Nerf type gun. I don't know exactly what that is. I haven't seen all episodes of the reboot yet. And then what looks to be the Junior Woodchuck Guidebook. I could be wrong on those accessories. I'm sure Keaton or Blaze will correct me. And each of the Huey, Dewey, and Louie on the show have different type outfits. It's not just red shirts. Or I'm sorry, just t-shirts and hats. This time around, Huey has a shirt, a t-shirt type thing. I guess it's like a polo shirt and a hat. Dewey has a blue t-shirt with a long sleeve shirt underneath, it looks like. And Louie has like a hoodie. So they each have different outfits this time. In Webby and Louie, you get Webby with a grapple gun and night vision goggles, and Louie comes with like the same kind of phone thing as Donald, and what appears to be like a can of soda or something. So it's not just figures, though, that are in this range. Let's get these guys kind of like this for a second. There's also a vehicle, which is the... Oh, get back there. Baloo's Sunchaser plane that also includes the Baloo figure, which is pretty amazing for a brand new company to do a figure line, a vehicle, and a playset right out the gate. That's pretty great. So you get the Sunchaser vehicle. It comes with Launchpad McQuack, and I'm pretty sure it's the same exact Launchpad sculpt as the single card. The back of the box shows build and play, which basically means assembly is required. And yeah, it is kind of small. You can see Baloo's just sitting in the front area. Even though there's 2 windows, it looks like a large cargo plane. It really just has enough room. I said Baloo. Enough room for Launchpad there. I'm saying Baloo because it reminds me of the Sea Duck from Tailspin. At least I think I said Baloo. There's also an opening panel in the back, which we'll get to when we actually look at it. We're going to open all these at the couch and look at them as we go. So this might be kind of a longer review to look at everything. Let's get this out of the way. And the last piece in the line is this money bin playset / carrying case. Move everything. Store and display your favorite characters, figures sold separately. Now what they picture here are actually the PVCs in that multi-figure PVC set. I don't really care though. Got a little ding on my packaging there. I'm going to use it for the figures. It'll look great, I think, with the figures just standing beside it. Doesn't look like there's much to it. It just kind of opens up. And let's see what the back of the box says here. Find Scrooge's #1 dime inside. I guess that's right there. Turn the dial to open the vault. Store and display your favorite characters. Figures sold separately. So, yeah. All right, so let's get these over to the couch, and we'll open them all up. Oh, I'm sorry, price points. So the money bin, I believe, was $30, and the plain was $25. Like I said, the single cards are $9, and the 2-packs are $13. I think it covers everything we want to do over here. Let's get these over to the couch and open them up. Hey, everybody. As you saw in the opening sequence, we're, like, immediately looking at a toy line we just bought.
Yeah.
And that is the PhatMojo Disney DuckTales action figure line based on the reboot. We just got these literally like 2 hours ago. And when I posted a picture on Instagram and on Facebook, everybody's like, where did those come from? What are those? Where'd you get those DuckTales figures? So we're like, man, we gotta get a review up like this. So there'll probably be no gallery. I don't know for sure if I'll even take them back to the picture table after we open them to get a closer view of them or not, or we may just talk about them here. You've seen them in package. We're gonna open them now. So I wanted DuckTales toys since I was a little kid. When DuckTales, the original show, was on, back at like the beginning of the 90s, late 80s, early 90s. I'm almost going to cut myself. And we didn't have DuckTales back then. All I had was those little Kellogg's PVCs that had like Gizmo Duck, Uncle Scrooge, I think one of the boys. I can't remember what else. Now I have DuckTales figures.
And there was the Disney Afternoon line that had everything but DuckTales.
What are you talking about?
Did not Playmates do a line that?
That wasn't a Disney Afternoon line.
Oh, it wasn't.
There was a Darkwing Duck line and a Tailspin line. And then there was the Funko figures, which all we got from DuckTales really was Scrooge. Which I brought those over here so we can kind of compare them once we get a couple of these opened up. So these came out of nowhere. My buddy Joe Amaro posted about them, and I was like, DuckTales figures, this is crazy. And then I saw them, and I was like, I shouldn't do it. I shouldn't buy another toy line. And then I kept on debating it, like, man, I wish I'd have got those DuckTales figures. Launchpad's awesome.
Yeah, that's the one I picked up.
Yeah.
I picked up Launchpad, too.
Yeah, that one that you got, Launchpad.
In the plane.
And I was like, man, that's really cool. I wish I'd have got that. And so we were out at Target today, and the whole line was sitting there, and my wife was seeing me looking at them, and I was like, okay, they're really cool. You know, pick up Launchpad. So Launchpad, like I said in the opening sequence, comes with a wrench and a pair of binoculars. He has 5 points of articulation: hips, shoulders, neck. These are really kind of meant for younger audiences, even though I'm not a younger audience. So there's not a ton of articulation on any of them. They're bare minimum articulation. Let's see Darkwing next. Or I'm sorry, Uncle Scrooge with Launchpad. This is the Funko Uncle Scrooge with Launchpad. So if you were to get the Funko ones and you wanted a Launchpad to go with it, that looks pretty good together.
Up pretty well.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. I think that works pretty well. So so we're at Target, right? And my wife was like, she's saying, oh, those are those DuckTales figures you were talking about, huh, that you're pretty excited about. I'm like, yeah, those are them. Those are the DuckTales figures. I'm not going to do it, though. I'm going to be good. I'm really been good about my spending on toys. I'm going to control myself. And she said, well, your 40th birthday's coming up. I could always get you. And I was like, yes, I want those. I want those for my 40th birthday. So then she was like, okay, I guess I'm going to buy you DuckTales toys for your 40th birthday. And I was like, can I open them early? And she was like, yeah, you can have them now. And so we did this like picture inside Target of me next to the cart full of DuckTales toys.
You should make that the thumbnail for this video.
I should. I really should. I'm opening up. You can kind of pile them up over there as we go if you want, because we got a lot of these to open. I'm going to try and open these as fast as I can, so that way you can see them all. So Donald Duck is up next.
That was cool.
Come on, Donald.
Pick up that one.
Come on. Get these accessories out of here. He looks like he's got like an iPhone or an iPad or something like that, and a camera to take pictures of the boys, I guess. He's got the same articulation. It's going to be the same on all of these. Actually, he's got a ball-jointed head, which...
Yeah, well, his head's like a different shape.
That's right. He's got that big
The kids do, too. The ones that Gracie was looking at earlier have a ball-jointed head.
Yeah, so he's got a ball-jointed head, which is cool. And then the hips and the shoulders. Here's his accessories. His accessories, I didn't really check to see how his accessories fit, but they go in his hands pretty well. And the paintwork on him is pretty nice. Like, I didn't notice a lot of stray lines or anything like that. So he holds all his stuff, and here he is next to the Funko Uncle Scrooge. And that looks pretty good together,
that
too.
That looks really good.
Man, this works pretty well. Yeah. I was a little worried about these being way too small, but they work pretty well.
The kids might be too big.
The kids may be a little big, yeah. That might be better to get that PVC set. Put that down there. I'm going to do one of the kid 2-packs next. Now Gracie got the Webby and Louie today, and we opened hers up in the car, and the joints were a little bit stuck on those because I guess they're kind of smaller. So I would say be careful with this pack when you open it up. You can pass it on over to Blaze if you want. I would say be careful with this pack. Kind of stuff. Well, I guess I don't really need to.
I used Louie, so.
Yeah, his was fine.
Donald's really cool. I might buy that.
There's her shoulders. Yeah, her shoulders stick a little bit because there's paint. Her arms are like painted on the upper part. There we go. And her legs are definitely restricted because she's got this skirt piece. It seems like they do have joints that move forward, but the legs are really restricted because she has this front skirt piece going on. She's got that ball jointed head though. Man, she looks really cool. What a cool sculpt.
She looks kind of short, so.
Yeah, I mean, I think that that's not that bad. If you want to use the Funko Uncle Scrooge, that's really not that bad.
It looks like it works better for the new cartoon. It seemed like they were shorter in the older cartoon.
Yeah.
Good size with them?
Yeah, Donald should look good. Yeah, I mean, they seem a little big to begin with, even within the same line, that the kids seem a little bit big. But I guess that also has to do with being able to fit in the articulation and making it a value. I realize that her gun does not fit in her hand, like, at all.
No. Yeah, so I just put the hook in there.
Yeah, the most you can do is put the hook part in her hand, and then...
The goggles can fit on her.
The goggles fit well, yeah. She's got these, like, night vision goggles you can put on her. So she's pretty cool. And then we got Louie here.
Oh, no, I already looked out.
Louie's the green one. And, yeah, his joints work way better than hers did.
That's Keaton's favorite.
He's my favorite.
His hip feels like it's a little gummy. Like it doesn't want to move all the way. I'll probably stick him in the freezer before I get these hip joints really going. Because your hip were stuck too, like they wouldn't go forward all the way.
And then
he's got that ball jointed head, cool expression. And he comes with another iPhone. His is green, of course, since he wears green. And then a can of Pep Soda. And I don't think he can hold that Pep Soda. Yeah, the Pep Soda he can't hold. But the phone he can. Get that guy over there. Guys, we're going as fast as we can on these. Because I know that you want to see the whole line. You know, and I don't want to get stuck. You know, can you go around and make sure this is actually recording?
Yeah.
Because that would be a big bummer.
Yeah.
Okay. So
it's recording.
Okay. That would be a huge bummer.
We could have repackaged them and stuff.
So here's one that I really wanted to get a comparison going on. I'm going to open Scrooge Mcduck next.
Now let's put them together.
Now, yeah, Scrooge next to Scrooge will be the... He looks taller, but I think in the show he is like a skinnier Scrooge than he was in the original show. So this kind of makes sense that he would be a little bit taller, a little bit lankier. Get out of there, Scrooge. I noticed when I was picking out the Scrooge... I'll clean that up later. That'll go right there.
Trash pile?
Yeah, so I'll clean all that up later. I noticed that when I was picking him out in the store that his little waistcoat thing, or his tails on his shirt, they don't meet quite up nicely in the seam here where they plug into the sculpt. So watch out for that when you're buying Scrooge. Same joints. The hip joint is totally restricted by this skirt piece. There's no moving these legs forward. I mean, the joint is there. Oh, it pops out, that's why.
Does it pop back in?
Yeah, it's like glued in, but the glue just popped. But that's a good way to get the legs to move forward. Man, that is really stuck. Yeah, I can reglue that easily.
It's a good thing you don't like pose them sitting down.
Yeah, I would say on his legs, what you'll have to do is remove this skirt piece if you really want him to move, and then freeze him, pop the legs forward. Although no matter what, once this thing is on here, it's restricted. You're not going to get these legs to move forward.
But you don't really need them moving.
You don't. I'm going to have them just posed on a shelf, so I don't really care about the movement. And he's got this golden idol thing, and that doesn't really fit in his hand. So that can just sit on his shelf somewhere. And then he's got this cane, which does fit in his hand. And let's see him next to the other Scrooge. And yeah, he's a lot taller than the Funko Scrooge, but he seems like he's a little, like I said, lankier on the show.
Yeah, no, size compare him with the kid.
Yeah. His glasses are different than the Funko one as well. Like, the glasses on the Funko are clear. These are just kind of painted on there, like it's part of his sculpt almost. They're like yellow behind and painted. But it kind of looks more like animation that way. So there he is next to one of the kids.
Pretty good.
I mean, it works well with the kids. Like, he works better with the kids than the Funko one does. All right, we got 2 more carded figures to open up.
And then the playsets.
And then we'll get to some planes and playsets and stuff. Okay. So, yeah, I need you to explain one of these accessories to me, because as I was doing it, I was like, I don't really know what that's supposed to be.
It's a bag of marbles and a dart gun.
I wasn't sure it was a bag of marbles, or... Is that what Scrooge gave him in the first episode to play with? Okay.
Yeah, he just
he gives him a bag of marbles to play with.
And then all of the boys and Webby played with dart guns.
So Dewey is Blaze's favorite, right?
Yeah.
The one in blue. And I like how they changed up their outfits in this. They're not just shirts with different colored hats. There he goes. So his legs are moving forward, no problem.
I'll have to buy that 2-pack to get Dewey out.
Yeah, you like Dewey.
So he's cool. I like how they did different hairstyles. Huey's the only one with a hat this time around, where they all wore hats when I was a kid. So yeah, that's
cool.
okay. So that's a bag of marbles. And then this is the Junior Woodchuck Guidebook, right?
Yes.
So that's pretty cool. The Junior Woodchuck Guidebook is really well done. Like it's, I don't know if that cover is a label. Yeah, it looks like a sticker that's been stuck on there, and it's got like blue bookmarks sticking out of it. I don't know what that is for sure.
I know, because now it has like little red bits in it.
Yeah, it's like red and green.
square.
I guess it could be marbles, but I don't know for sure. If anybody knows what that accessory is, post in the comments. And last is Huey, which is my favorite of the nephews, which is kind of crazy that we each have a different favorite. Yeah, he's going to have to go in the freezer for that hip. If you have stuck joints, a lot of times if you throw a figure in the freezer for a while, like maybe 15 minutes or so, the plastic will kind of expand, and it'll break that paint that's stuck in there usually. And he comes with an actual weapon, which is pretty cool.
That's from one of the episodes also.
So that's pretty cool. And then what's this thing he comes with? This is a Nerf gun?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Because they fought with dart guns.
Let's see if he can actually hold his gun as opposed to Webby. It looks like the handle's really big on it.
Yeah.
He can kind of get it in there. Yeah, he gets it in there. Yeah. He's pretty cool.
They all have Nerf guns.
All right. Get that out of the
Well,
way.
he's
Get that
pretty
out of the
cool.
way.
You want me to go grab my plane? That way you don't have to.
No, I'll bust it
build
open real quick. Yeah, I guess that would make sense. Yeah, if you want to go grab it, you can.
You
That way I don't have to build it.
You go fast.
I'll just hold up the box.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's huge.
So this is Flintheart Glumgold, which looks different than Flintheart Glumgold from the original show. He's probably the one that looks most different to me. He still looks like him, you can tell it's him, but he definitely has a different appearance than he did in the old series.
Was he as that fat?
I don't think so. So he's got the same 5 points as like Launchpad, where there's no ball joint on the head, and that's because of the way he sculpted. Man, this sculpt is cool.
Yeah, it is really cool.
I can see a lot of people buying him and putting him on a desk at work or something, where he's just a neat looking character, and he comes with this diamond, and it looks like his cane is permanently stuck in his hand. The diamond, can somebody grab the diamond?
Oh, yeah.
There you go. It looks like his cane, no, it's not. So it's pegged. There's a peg inside his hand that you fit the cane onto.
Kind of like
Which is
that.
kind of cool. Yeah, that's pretty neat. And so here we got the original Funko Uncle Scrooge next to Flintheart Glumgold, and that works great.
Yeah, that does.
Those look
if the design
awesome.
was a little bit closer.
Yeah, I mean, but still that works, man. Let's get that out of there. That's all the carded figures. So next is this plane, but Blaze it has the plane as well. So this will make it easier than popping this thing and assembling it. Let me take a look at that. So Launchpad, you got Launchpad?
Yeah.
As you can see, the plane, it's kind of like the old Sea Duck from the Playmates toy line, in that it is much smaller than a plane would be on the show, but it's made to look like that plane on the show. So it looked, I mean, there would be 2 people sitting in here, and like a whole cargo area back here. This plane is a lot bigger on the show,
Yeah.
Of course.
but it's made for kids, so they just make it so that it opens up, and you just fit just Launchpad in here.
Sometimes it's a little weird fitting him in there.
Oh yeah, it is
You have
weird.
to like angle it right.
You gotta angle him in there. So you have to angle in his head, and then he just kind of...
Sort
Yeah,
of.
they didn't account for his hair and stuff,
His
so he
hat.
can't really hold the controls, but he gets in there like
And well,
that.
he usually doesn't hold the controls anyway.
Yeah,
so.
he's going to crash this thing in no time. There's your Launchpad back. And then there's a little section back here. Let's try one of the kids. There's a little opening section in the
I don't know
back.
if they're gonna fit in that.
That's a big old head. There's no fitting. Oh, wait, yeah,
Oh,
he
yeah,
does.
He does.
You
What
gotta
if it
kind
gets
of-
stuck in there?
It's not going to get stuck.
It just looks weird going in.
It's a little tough. I
Is
guess
it
if...
stuck?
Let me give me the one whose legs actually moved. I don't have to work
was
on.
that
That was yours, yeah. Let me see.
Yeah.
So I'll put him in with his legs up. Yeah, there we go. So he can kind of get in there. You gotta really work him to get him inside there. But you can get one of the kids in the back.
The other ones are just like, nah.
I wanted to see, since this looks very much like the Sea Duck from Tailspin, I grabbed Baloo from the Funko line, which I kept saying Baloo on the opening sequence for some reason. So let me turn his legs. Let's see if Baloo fits. He does! So you can get Baloo inside there from the Funko line. And that looks pretty cool.
One thing you have to watch out about this pack is you can't see the paint job on your figure.
Yeah, that's
Mine was
true.
a little
Yeah, you gotta. The Launchpad actually comes packed inside the vehicle. Like when you buy this, it's unassembled, and Launchpad's actually inside there, and you have to pull him out and assemble the whole thing. All right. So last but not least is the money bin. So as I'm doing this, let's talk about this whole line in general. I think it's great.
It's really
the
cool.
price point's pretty good.
The price point is crazy good, especially nowadays. Figures under $10.
Yeah.
I mean, $9 a figure. You're buying the 2 packs.
Yeah, 12 for $2.
Yeah, or two for
$2 for $12.
$2 for $13. The $12.99. So that's what, $6.50 a figure for the smaller ones. A vehicle with a figure for $25, and a playset for $30. Now this is small. This is definitely more meant for the PVCs. Yeah, this is more meant for the PVC. Yeah,
that's still kind of a cool thing
figures.
to have behind your figure.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to be playing with this thing. I'm just going to have it sitting on the shelf. So it's got these tape pieces on the back here.
Hopefully that doesn't like tear paint off.
No, there's no paint on it even, on that part. So I need to read the instructions real quick. This is number one dime. That's cool.
And that looks like it's for the bigger figure, kind of.
Yeah, I was afraid that the number one dime was just a sticker on the box. Like it looked like a sticker. So it's got his number one dime, which is pretty cool. Yeah.
Wait, can you put Scrooge over here?
Turn the dial to open the vault. Money bin assembly instructions. There is no assembly.
What?
So you have to turn this dial on the back to open the vault.
Which is pretty cool.
That was pretty cool. And then inside the vault, we've got some decals. Mine are a little wrinkly.
I'll go on the pillow right here.
Yeah. Yeah, it inserts. So you've got some decals along the bottoms where it's got like the money and stuff, and then like a diving board for Scrooge to stand on.
This is a little big for the big ones. Actually.
It's big, yeah, but it's just, I mean, if it was the right size, it'd get lost immediately. So it's got a little pillow and stuff to put the number one dime into. Give me the Scrooge figure. So I'm just gonna have Scrooge standing here so you can see that it's obviously really small. For the figures themselves, I didn't buy the PVC set, so...
you want to put that dime back in?
Oh, not yet. You're going to have to hold on to it because I'm going to lose it. He doesn't fit on the diving board. Yeah, you can't even fit the figures onto the diving board. But it is a cool display piece, at least. So this is obviously meant more for the smaller figures, but it is cool to have it sit on the shelf.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. So, that's it. That's the whole line.
Yeah.
That was
killer cool line.
Yeah, hopefully there's a second wave with Gizmo
I want
Duck.
Gizmo Duck.
Yeah, I need Gizmo Duck.
Now, back when I was a kid and they had the Playmates Darkwing Duck line, Gizmo Duck was supposed to be in the second wave that didn't get produced. So we were that close to a Gizmo Duck figure back then. I really want a Gizmo Duck figure now. And these are so close in design to the original line, the original cartoon, I mean, that could pass for me for like an original DuckTales Gizmo Duck. It's like that on. Yeah, Gizmo Duck for sure, Wave 2. Darkwing Duck
would be awesome.
Would be awesome for Wave 2. So we've got the Funko Darkwing. I want to say real quick that the boys, they got me this whole Funko line for Father's Day. I've been talking about these figures for a while, and I did the same thing where I was like, I can't buy them for myself. I'm trying to not buy as many things for me and kind of stick to certain lines. But I kept on looking at them. I couldn't find Darkwing, and every time I went to the store, I would look for Darkwing. And on they got with my wife and said, we want to buy these things for Dad for Father's Day. And I had to wait until they showed up in the mail to find out what it was. When I opened it up, man, it was like the coolest thing. Really heartwarming that they had paid such attention to that I wanted this line, and they got me the whole line, which is really cool. So Darkwing next to Launchpad, that looks really great. Cool.
Like that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna buy Launchpad, the one I already bought.
Yeah, that looks great with Darkwing.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I don't know if I'm gonna buy the rest of the DuckTales.
Yes, but these. I mean, if you want to just expand the Funko line, since we don't know for sure if the Funko line's gonna get expanded. You can definitely fudge Launchpad into here. You can maybe do Huey, Dewey, Louie, and Donald that'll work with these figures. Or if you just want to do the DuckTales line on its own.
Yeah, I'm going to buy a Darkwing, and then I hope to make Gizmo Duck to go with Darkwing.
Gizmo Duck for sure. I want Gizmo Duck bad. Alright, so we're going to sign off on this one. I don't think I'm going to do a whole gallery on these. There's a chance I'll do one last little segment here over the table just to show you them all close up. But it all depends on time. This may be the end right here, so if it is, thanks for watching. Alright, if you like this video, please hit like. Please hit like, subscribe, notify, right? Alright, see you guys. Okay, so I did bring them over to the picture table one last time, just so you can get an up-close look at all the figures out of the box. I'm not going to go through each one, because you just had this whole video to look at, but there they are. I didn't even notice that his elbow patches were painted separately when I opened it up, though. So yeah, really, really awesome figures all together. I'm going to throw these Funko ones in here one last time, just so you can see what they look like together. The scale's a little different, but certain figures work pretty well. Let's put this Scrooge over here, actually, and, well, let's move you back here now that we've seen you. And you go right here for just a second, okay? And then we'll put you here, and do this here, and then put Darkwing next to Launchpad. Can you see him okay? No, Darkwing's hat's like kind of flopping down. He doesn't like to lean back too much without falling over because that hat. But you can see that the size is pretty good between those two and pretty good between these two. Man, these figures are pretty awesome. As you can see too, that scale is pretty bad on the money bin and the, I'll raise this up just a bit, on the plane and the money bin, but it's a kid's line, so that's okay. Alright guys, go out and go to Target, pick up some DuckTales figures. My kids are going crazy upstairs, so we're going to go take these upstairs and look at them some more. These propellers spin. That's pretty cool. Alright, see you guys. Life's like a hurricane. Yeah, duck blur.